Time check is 12 p.m. and you are welcome to NEWSBEAT Live from Metro 2 from Studio here at REORGANIZATION of Accra. This is the Kriya Boyima Studio. We are live on DSTV channel 277 on Facebook and on YouTube at Metro TV Ghana and Twitter live at Metro TV G. Coming up in the next 60 minutes. Opposition NDC described Dominic Ayini's referral to the General Legal Council over alleged prejudicial comments about the election petition as an attempt by the Chief Justice to suppress opposing views. Also coming up, founder of the Lighthouse Chapel International, Bishop Darky Mills, apologizes to the Ashanti Kingdom after a critical sermon about the Ashanti Hene, Mutumfo Saitutu II, resurfaced on social media. Still in this bulletin, the Ghana Hajj Board, in consultation with the Ghana Hajj Agents Association, cancels 2021 pilgrimage to the Holy Kingdom of Saudi Arabia due to COVID-19 restrictions. In its national news, Ethiopians vote in key elections amid rising tensions and a bloody conflict in the northern Tigray region. We also have sports and news and also showbiz. Now, first in the bulletin, the opposition National Democratic Congress says the decision to refer Dr. Dominic Ayini to the General Legal Council forms part of the grand scheme by the Chief Justice, Justice Enimiabua, to silence opposing views and suppress free speech, which is guaranteed by 1992 Constitution. General Secretary of the party, Johnson NKETIA, in a press conference a while ago said the party will resist any attempt to silence its opinions on matters affecting the state.
Against lawyers who identify with the NDC. Indeed, the latest persecution of Dr. Ayini is part of a grand agenda by the current Chief Justice to intimidate, cower, and muzzle all dissenting voices, particularly those in the NDC, who dare to speak against some of the strange decisions that characterize the 2020 presidential election petition. As you may be aware, only a few months ago, some lawyers with NDC leanings, specifically lawyer Abraham Amaliba and lawyer David Annan, were hauled to this same disciplinary committee of the General Legal Council by the same Chief Justice in similar fashion and harassed for expressing their views on the constitution of the Supreme Court panel that heard the 2020 election petition. Also, not long ago, the Honorable Roxanne Nelson K. Eche Dafiamako, the NDC Member of Parliament for Sabdine, received a similar invitation to appear before the disciplinary committee of the General Legal Council. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, Dr. Ayini spoke at a roundtable discussion which had other lawyers and academics brought together to analyze the impact of presidential election petitions on our democracy. When the question about confidence in the independence of the judiciary was posed, lawyer Yao Opong, a member of President Akufo-Addo's legal team, responded that he thought Ghana's judiciary was independent. Dr. Ayini, on his part, expressed the view that his confidence in the independence of the judiciary has been dampened by the way the court determines some of the interlocutory applications of the petitioner without due regard to judicial precedents and settled rules and practices. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, The way in which the Supreme Court, in the hearing of the 2020 election petition, continuously shielded the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Jean Adukwe-Mensah, from scrutiny and accountability, has been the subject of critical comment by many people. Indeed, much of the criticism has been from people who are in no way associated with the National Democratic Congress.
So let's just stay with the opposition National Democratic Congress, as it has launched an official newsletter which, among other things, will provide an avenue for party members to market the ideologies of the party and also mobilize the grassroots for political power in 2024. The General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson NKETIA, launched the document in the Ashanti region as part of efforts to commemorate the 38th anniversary of the June 19 Cadres Day. This is a report filed by Metro News' Ashanti regional correspondent Abdul Basir Suleiman. Right to you.
Launching the 14-page official NDC newsletter in Kumasi over the weekend as part of the commemoration of the 38th anniversary of the June 19 Cadres Day, the General Secretary of the opposition NDC, Johnson NKETIA, admitted that though the party made a number of mistakes in the past, the roadmap to the reorganization of the party has begun. He assured the party members that the leadership are doing everything legally and humanly possible to rescue Ghanaians from the current economic hardships.
Where we find shortcomings, we think through solutions and apply them. So we will be doing that one before we start branch reorganization. Because one of the challenges, I don't want to speak at length, but one of the challenges the party has been grappling with in the past because of the structure and nature of our constitution is that leadership of the party at every level is selected by the leadership immediately above that level. For instance, we charge constituency executives to go and organize branch elections to select branch executives. At the same time, our party is structured in such a way that different branch executives will form the delegates who will take a decision as to whether the constituency executive should stay in power or to go. So you send me to go and select delegates that will eventually end up voting for me or voting against me. And I have a choice to make between selecting people who can perform the job for the party and selecting people who vote for me.
Johnson NKETIA explained that some pages would be allocated to the women's wing of the party, the grassroots, the cadres, Zongo Caucus, international relations, professional forums, and Council of Elders.
Let me, on behalf of the leadership of the party, the national chairman, who is the current leader of the party, the flag bearer for 2020 elections, and the National Executive Committee, Council of Elders, and all the other structures of the party, on their behalf and on the party behalf, I wish to declare the NDC newsletter officially launched. Thank you very much, and may God bless our.
The maiden copies were distributed free of charge, but the newsletter will depend on advertisement as a source of raising funds to support the activities of the party.
Away from the quarters of the NDC, you risk 7-12 months jail term if you become a hindrance to the 2021 population and housing census. This is according to the government statistician Professor Samuel Enim, who has as well entreated all Ghanaians to comply with the personnel engaged in the census. Professor Enim said this at the Ministry of Information Press briefing in Accra.
enumerators for the 2021 population and housing census began listing structures and landed properties on 13th June 2021. This involves enumerators locating every structure and assigning unique serial numbers to the structures. According to the government statistician, Professor Samuel Ini, about 70% of expected structures have been enumerated.
Data as at the end of yesterday, we've covered 70% of these structures over the next 6 days. This gives us a lot of confidence moving into the remaining 4 days of the exercise that the remaining 30% will be covered as we pull our officers out of the field.
He called on the public to comply with personnel engaged in the exercise.
Persons who obstruct a member that Ghana Statistical Service has engaged for the data collection exercise will be penalized. Not more than 200 units and not more than 12 months imprisonment or both. So the law is clear on the sanctions associated with 1, you preventing people from doing their exercise because it's a national activity, and 2, if you decide to refrain from it, the same penalties would be applied. And also, if you give false information, the same penalty would apply.
The 2021 population and housing census is set to generate statistics that are essential for policy and planning purposes.
And so let's now talk about the population census here in Ghana. And meanwhile, the Ghana Statistical Service has begun the listing of structures and landed properties for the 2021 population and housing census. The first 7 days of the national exercise started on the 13th of June 2021 with the listing of structures, which involves enumerators locating every structure in an enumeration area and assigning unique serial numbers to the structures and collecting some basic information on the structures and their occupants. Let's now speak to the national trainer of the Ghana Statistical Service, Dr. Nasiba, who happens to be part of those on the field currently at the Ghana East Municipality. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, madam. I'm madam, not sir.
I beg your pardon for that one.
Yes,
now,
we are on the field.
Great. So I want to find out what is going on. Tell us about some of the challenges you're facing there. What is going on? Tell us the challenges.
Well, currently we are listing structures, as the government statistician rightly stated. The challenges are general and some too are unique specifically to the location. At the moment, we are at the Ghana East, and I'm supervising supervisory area 57. I'm at the Zion community at the moment. Some of the challenges my enumerators are facing include people are not willing to give information because of the normal fear that the information they may give could be used for security purposes, or maybe later they could be taxed. You know, people are a bit skeptical, but we tried of this exercise and why everybody counts and must be counted. So we get some people supporting, but every now and then we'll get some difficult ones, which is to be expected. And we have a protocol we are supposed to follow when we have difficult persons we are dealing with. And so far, we haven't exhausted all the protocol. We are able to succeed maybe at the second or third stage of the challenge. So far, so good.
So, Dr. Nasiba,
the challenge has been publicity. So you have to spend a lot of time educating the person instead of just going quickly to do your listing. That's what my enumerators are facing at the moment.
And how are you making use of technology in helping make your work easier?
By the grace of God, this census, we are going digital. Every enumerator, every supervisor is using a tablet. You see mine is hanging around my neck. New tablet. That's a software has been placed on it by name CAPI, Computer Assisted Personal Interview, which we are using to ensure standardization and to give strong validation to the results that will be would be communicated or published when all work is done. And the questions are standardized. It's the same question that is being asked across the country. No enumerator can influence how the questions are asked. It's very standardized.
All right, Dr. Nasiba, you're great for your time here with us on NewsBeat. Yes, continue your good work. So you're still watching NewsBeat live here on Metro TV. I refer from that onto other stories where a popular televangelist and leader of the Lighthouse Chapel International, Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, has apologized to the Ashanti monarch Otumfuo Osei-Tutu over an old sermon that appears to have provoked some Ashantis. Now, the said sermon, which has found its way onto social media, is said to be questioning the impact of the influential king on his subjects and community. Here is a news desk report.
The renowned global evangelist preached a sermon about kingship, during which he used the Asantehene as an example and questioned his impact and legacy beyond the yearly celebrations of his reign.
Very wonderful thing. Fill the stadium for football. Fill the stadium for football. Feed everybody. And people will be passing by and shouting, King Solomon. Do you know what King Solomon did? Do you know what King Solomon did? Do you know what King Solomon built? Do you know the house and the temple and the city and the wealth that he generated for his people? And he said, even Solomon, when Jesus was talking, even Solomon, in all his splendor, was not like this. And you can call somebody Solomon. Be very careful when you are giving such a nickname to somebody. We are often the most useless type of kings that ever existed. I'm telling you.
This audio has offended the king's subjects, with many pouring out their anger via social media, with some threatening to attack Lighthouse Chapel branches in Kumasi, the seat of the Asantehene. The founder and leader of the Lighthouse Chapel International, Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, has on the back of this apologized to the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II after the sermon went viral. In a statement cited by Metro News, Bishop Dag Heward-Mills apologized to the Asantehene, explaining that the message was preached nearly 20 years ago and had been taken out of context. He added, quote, "I wish to apologize to His Majesty Otumfuo Nana Osei-Tutu II for any disrespect, insult or harm caused him or his royal court. Please accept my profound apologies for the statement I made," unquote. Bishop Heward-Mills has been in the news lately following reports of some misunderstanding between him and some of his pastors, which has ended up in court.
Three people, including the chief priest of the Wulomo of the traditional area, were injured by gunmen who stormed the shrine where the three were performing a pre-Homowo festival ritual. According to the Wulomo, the incident happened in the wee hours of the day when residents had visited the shrine to collect corn, which is the spiritual crop by the community, in order to partake in the annual rite as part of the Homo festivities. Metro News yesterday spoke to a spokesperson of the Wulomo, who is making a passionate appeal to the security agencies to step in before the worst happens.
On the 23rd of May, 2021, exact thing did happen. But that one happened at dawn, around 1 a.m. In fact, on that day, the chief priest, that is Mubadu Danodia Pense, was not even performing any ritual or any rites in the shrine house. But we were all there, and the missals started flowing in. So, in fact, we quickly informed the police, that is the Teshin district and then the patient division, of which they brought in men.
So what has the police done about this?
In fact, when they came on the 23rd May, they made one arrest. After a while, he was granted bail. I think he spent about 24, 48 hours in police custody. He was granted bail. And the police has told us they are still continuing the investigation for the case to be pursued in court. But we think it should be hastening a little. Yeah, it's too slow for our liking.
Okay.
And if, for instance, the one that was arrested is to be standing trial by now, we don't think it will sort of ginger or encourage another person to also come and do the same. And from our checks, that very person that was arrested and bailed is also part of the people that came this very morning to do the same thing. Yeah, so we expect the police to, in fact, they are doing their best, or they are doing very well, but we still expect more from them.
Let's just stay with matters of security here. The Accra Regional Police Command has embarked on an enhanced operation in Accra and arrested 250 suspected criminals. The operation follows recorded cases of violent crimes in Accra, particularly a bullion van attack which led to the killing of a policeman and a woman on Monday, June 14 at Jamestown. There is more in the following report.
Pricing, which began on Thursday, June 17, 2021 and ended on Sunday, June 20, 2021, rounded up 17 women amongst the 215 suspects. The police command in a statement indicated that the ages of the suspects range between 17 and 52 years. The areas of focus for the exercise included Kwalebu, Tesano, Amasamai, Nima, Dansuman, Abokobi, Accra Central, Teshi, Medina, Bachona, Jamestown, Osu, and Lakeside. The three-day operation forms part of efforts to fight violent crimes, drug peddling, and street robberies. The police mostly intercepted wrapped narcotic substances, sharp implements, mixture of concoctions laced with narcotics, tramadol, etc. The operation also targeted and impounded 168 motorbikes believed to be used in facilitating the robberies. The statement added the arrested suspects have been detained and undergoing various levels of screening for possible connection to recorded crimes under investigation. The Greater Accra Regional Police Command says it remains resilient and is assuring members of the public of providing maximum security as it opens its doors for continuous public cooperation and volunteering of useful information in stemming the ties. The police statement is coming after 2 billion vans were attacked by robbers at 2 different places last week. One occurred at Jamestown in Accra, while the other one took place near Gomwa Dominasi in the central region. 2 persons, a police officer and a trader, lost their lives, while an unspecified amount of money was stolen in the robbery attack at Jamestown. Meanwhile, in the central region, the bullion van crew managed to escape the attack unhurt. Other recent notorious armed robbery cases include the Honeysuckle Forest Bureau attack and shooting, and the pig farm robbery and killing of a 43-year-old man.
And so producers are trying for us to have a conversation with the DSP, Efia Tenge, who is the Regional Police Command, who is actually the PRO of the Greater Accra Regional Police Command, to give us more details on this concerning the soup and also happenings at Mashi here in Accra concerning attacks on the Wilomo. So when we get through to her, we give you more details on that. But let's still stay on matters of security, where the communication team member of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Margaret Ansay, has says the Inspector General of Police, IGP James Opombuenu, has said he is worst by expressing insensitivity to the situation and the plight of Ghanaians. She said his comment made by the IGP comparing heaven and earth was unacceptable. She stressed that the IGP must not disregard the situation by making such statements, especially about matters bordering on security and public safety. Meanwhile, the communication team member of the New Patriotic Party NPP, Ellen Amadakun, applauded Africa leaders for finally realizing that the world does not care about their security, safety, or well-being. They both spoke to on Metro TV's flagship morning program, Good Morning Ghana.
I'm happy that our leaders in West Africa are gradually understand that nobody cares about us. Nobody in the world gives a hoot what happens to us. If we do not take care of ourselves, I don't see why the Americans should be bothered with us. or the Europeans should be bothered with us. I'm saying this because in normal times, in good times, we all have good neighborliness. You have, you share. We are all in good times. I might have more, so I will share. But when there's a situation, there's an emergency, there's a pandemic like there is now, have you finished sorting your house issues to go and be bothered about somebody's own? You want to live. So you are most definitely, America wants to live. Look at what they've gone through with COVID. India wants to live. Look at what they are going through. So why the heck would they be bothered about Ghana?
The current IGP should manage his public utterances and his public comments.
You're on your own.
You know, because a police officer is shot dead. A poor woman who is also on hawking to get something for her children also died. Then at that instance, you come to tell us that Ghana, there are crimes everywhere, and it's only in heaven where you will not hear the sound of a bullet. Is he indirectly trying to tell us that we should all go to heaven so we have peace? We should allow the armed robbers to kill us. So when you go to heaven, you will have peace. You will hear the sound of a bullet. Is that what the contracts IGP is telling us? And they should, you see, he should be the last person to talk. He rather shouldn't talk, then Sheila will come and do the crisis management for him.
Thank you for reminding us that he is a contract IGP.
You know, it's too bad, Annie. Currently in this situation, one of your men is dead.
You're still watching this be live on Metro TV. A quick to be back from the break.
Football and Nuntin high sense as sponsor Euro 2020. Edia Maono. Nessa Suntin Ayat team say who Edia Maono. A high sense Euro 2020 TV super promo. Kawan kwajo brand new high sense TV and board for pictures near clear na color near deep sound quality this dia one it here high sense TV so dia extra power a bow down one access you are akona utu sa barefoot. 18th June, I confirm 11th July. A Hisense Euro 2020 TV super promo. And my ref is Hisense and Kwan and my 5 years warranty. A Hisense Euro 2020 TV super promo. Cost Hisense showrooms. I want Ghana for Nanina. What you dear Nansenya? Hisense everyday prices for everyday people. Hisense official sponsor at the Euro 2020.
Did you know that cloth handkerchief gets dirty and wet after wiping your sweat or blowing your nose with it? Keeping a dirty handkerchief in your pocket or bag is very unhygienic. Using it increases your chances of getting sick from germs. That is why I always use Flora disposable handkerchiefs. Flora disposable handkerchiefs is disposable, thus making it a more hygienic option. It's thick and very absorbent. With 10 tissues in a pack, Flora disposable handkerchief is better than a cloth handkerchief. The Flora toilet roll, Flora multi-purpose paper towels, Flora table napkins, and Flora box tissues in a shop near you. For both purchases, call Delta Paper Mail on 0243 033 0.
Welcome back. So let's just stay with matters of security and let's now speak to the Director of Public Affairs at the Greater Accra Regional Police Command, DSP Efia Tengi, on some of the weekend arrests here in Ghana. Good afternoon and welcome to NEWSBEAT. So in all, over 200 individuals have been arrested. Have they been screened already? DSP, if you can hear me quickly, in all, over 200 persons have been arrested. Have they been screened already?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon. If you can hear me, I'm asking.
Please, your line is breaking.
Okay, we are. My processors are fixing that, but kindly try and pay attention to me if you can hear me well. I'm asking. Overall, 200 individuals have been arrested. Have they been screened already? All right, so my process will try and work on that, and we will get back to here in due time. And now, away from that, onto other stories. Prospective Hajj pilgrims who had wished to embark on the holy pilgrimage to Mecca have had their hopes dashed as the Ghana Hajj Board, in consultation with the Ghana Hajj Agents Association, have decided to cancel this year's Hajj for international pilgrims due to COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking to the media, chairman of the Hajj Board, Sheikh ICQ, mentioned that all monies paid to both the board and the Ghana Agent Association will be refunded.
The cancellation is on the back of the June 12, 2021 announcement by the Saudi government's Ministry of Hajj and Umrah Affairs that Hajj 2021 is cancelled for international pilgrims. Officially announcing the cancellation in Ghana, chairman of the Ghana Hajj Board, Sheikh ICQ, said pilgrims who paid directly to the Hajj Board and to their respective agent must apply to the Hajj Board for a refund of their Hajj fees.
Going to document whatever, I mean the pilgrims and all that, their addresses, their telephone numbers and their contacts and all that. And then when we are satisfied, I mean, we have to check the bank too. We have to check the bank. In fact, everything, as for the bank, everything is there. You know, but the only thing is that the documents are what we are going to check through with the agents. And then when we are satisfied that, yes, these people paid through the agent to us, then, of course, we pay the money anytime when, of course, it's necessary. We are not going to delay anything at all, because we mentioned last time that we are going to refund the money. And then whenever they apply for the money, now we would also contact the bank, give them checks, issue them with checks, and then they go and collect their money, their refund from the bank.
He added that those who wish to retain their Hajj fee deposit with the Hajj Board will be exempted from paying any increment in the Hajj fare for 2022.
Pilgrims who wish to retain their Hajj fee deposits with the Hajj Board for 2020 Hajj will be exempted from paying any increment in the Hajj fare for 2022. Pilgrims who via their agents wish to retain their Hajj fee deposits with the Hajj Board for 2020 Hajj will be exempted from paying any increment in the Hajj fare for 2022. The Hajj Board will ensure that all monies paid by pilgrims directly to the Hajj Board or via their agents for 2020 Hajj will be paid in full per the above arrangements.
About 6,000 pilgrims were expected to travel to Mecca to participate in this year's Hajj.
And as part of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's Upper East tour, he is currently paying a courtesy call on the Boko Naba Zigri Azoka the second, and we give you live shots from the premises.
Queen mothers, the subjects. So once again, I want to thank you and your elders, and Queen mothers, from the very warm reception. Opening the doors of the palace to me and my people of the Kusama. The very warm reception.
Ye oposia pam na inamudio kokena nzien kwala pia kan kopia ye oposia pam na inamudio kokena nam wosa na pia kan kopia to soka inamudio awa tu nam wosa fonne nam wosa na fo poanam nam wosa yo oposia pam.
We'll give more of this in a subsequent news bulletin. Coming up next is business, and my colleague Kenneth Jesse is on standby with the latest.
Well, hello, Bright. Coming up in business, fuel prices have been increased again. That and more are coming up shortly. Stay with us. In our first business story, fuel prices have been increased by 3%. Now, commenting on the recent hike, commercial drivers expressed worry, saying the recent fuel adjustment will affect them financially. Now, since they have no power to increase transport fares to match the marginal increase unless authorized by the GPRTU.
Recently, the amount driver for an increment of lorry fare, and we're all pleased about it. And check ni asa tumbium. But yen driver for the nya de betumia to lorry fare mo unless the government come out with the GPRTU regional secretariat. Eka say yen increase and say to me increase. But we don't have any option say yen be increase. Until fuel increment in there, this is not the first time. And yeah, when the first time I ever say yen increase fuel and check asa increase bill. But frequently for past 10 years ago, and this is what we have been practicing. Until we the commercial drivers we are not moved about the increment of the price.
In fact, the way they are not ding. And net Uber filling station. Sana wouldn't say a top petrol no, and a fuel no. Uka could do a pay see as a price no. Adichinsa. They say we are petrol in Naman Krano. Yen Husu, Yatogu Kemaya, Yentmin Yajumakra, na petrol nasa. And I think so no. And number COVID-19 Yamadi. Yen Husu. Jumana who soon as I buy two petrol no and to one channel be found mine.
Petrol Semono Ya, Niamuya no Muye. Abano ni onopen or ye. Filling station Udruha near Wamupen or Muya, Untimin Casa Unto. So ye drove a phone dear. Unya two femope, Abamaka say one casa mutu. Or my tama or the bed two femamae. So am I a tama or the bed two petrol mamae. The abano mana drink on her side. Or honor here, by driver for your say any ubibeku. Mimeti a woman me body kitty. Passing a beer to Melbourne. So be boomy and your money are buying a year. Because one can't summon Jeremy. I was all catching and son of a two bedroom. No, I 2 bedroom. I was sending me 2 femo.
First, no crown, statica, Jumano. About 2 I fuel musea. A announcement from radio or TV station. They say the Yantifi Obeko filling station on our computer assistant. Tembia Obeko to fuel and computer assistant. Ntitane manemana on pinphone entire on basis answer Subane.
Now, the Ghana Investment Promotion GIPC is set to engage diaspora investor to dialogue on investment opportunities in Ghana, according to the Chief Executive Officer of GIPC, Yofi Grant. This will cause a great change for the economy. He has been speaking at the Ministry of Information's press briefing.
Foreign direct investment have been a major contributing factor to Ghana's economy. According to the Chief Executive Officer of Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Yofi Grant, 2020 total inward remittance for the diaspora was in excess of $3.2 billion. Hence, the need to engage and partner with the diaspora and expose them to investment opportunities in Ghana.
Target for this year is $3 billion in accordance with the plan under the Ghana Cares Obatampa project, which means that we have to raise 70 billion cedis by the end of the 4-year term of the project. And this year so far, we have raised approximately $780 million. And we are still looking for it to go out there and make sure that we bring the investors we want here. But we are targeting them along the economies that we expect to push our economy forward.
He added that government is committed to creating a favorable environment for investors.
It's not just those who come from the diaspora. Even Ghanaians trying to set up businesses face some of these bureaucratic barriers. But I can assure you that under the Business Regulatory Reform Program that is actually housed at the Ministry of Finance, on the Ghana Cares, and the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and GIPC being a partner to it, we are looking at the business environment and taking away a lot of these bureaucratic things that do not help us And there are quite a number of them.
He further hinted that government is in talks with Amazon to set up an office in Ghana as the country competes with South Africa, Kenya, Egypt and Rwanda.
Well, that'll be it for business. My name is Kenneth. Jesse Bright is standing by for the rest of the news. Bright.
Great, and you are still watching this bill live here on Metro TV. After this break, sports news will be next. Stay with us.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room sets, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
My name is Phil John Quarter. We are bringing you the latest in terms of sports. Let's start with the MTN FA Cup. Hasselhoff cruised to the next stage of their competition after beating winning professionals by 4-1 at the Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday afternoon. Samuel Buedo, who is the coach of Hasselhoff, was not happy about missed chances of his team.
Yeah, it's a very good game. Even though during the first half we squandered a lot of chances, we created about 7 clear chances. We should have scored about 4 or 5 from that 7 chances, but we squandered all of them. But after the first half, then when you are coming back during the with the second half, we have a lot of chats and talk to them, and when they came, I think they distribute what I've been telling them. But this is the preparation towards the next match with the Legon City. Because I can't rest all of them because this is a preparatory game.
Yeah.
So there will be a mistake so that we can correct the mistake and take it to the Legon City's game.
Let's now focus on the European Championship going around 12 cities in Europe ahead of their final group match against Finland at the St. Petersburg Stadium in Russia. Belgium midfielder Kevin De Bruyne has indicated the Red Devils are targeting to win the championship trophy.
Ik denk de doelstelling is om het kampioenschap te winnen. Dus eigenlijk zou je iedereen moeten verslaan. Oké, een toernooi hangt af van bepaalde momenten. Ik denk dat we dat nu al weten, zeker als spelers. Dus alles moet perfect lopen om daar te raken. Ik heb nog altijd heel weinig gevoel aan de linkse kant. Maar oké, dat is iets dat ik al de voorbije weken gewoon ben aan geworden. Dat is een beetje ambetant, maar op zich valt dat al bij al goed mee. In het begin had ik nog wat schrik met duels en met kopballen. Dat zal af en toe ook nog.
Manchester City and Belgium International, Kevin De Bruyne are over there. Just before we go away, let's focus on the tracks now. And in Formula One racing, Max Verstappen has won the French Grand Prix, beating Lewis Hamilton.
Hello, hello everybody. Welcome along to Paul Ricard. It's the French Grand Prix. We're back racing in France after a year's absence in 2020, and we've reached round 7. And this 2021 was Max Verstappen stands on top of the podium.
That's your sports. My name is Feo Jodukote. Harriet is standing by with the latest in showbiz. Harriet?
Yes, I am the one to bring you the latest in showbiz. After this, there's more. Ghanaian female songstress Jackie has released the official music video for her song Wine via Sony Music West Africa. The video, which was premiered on June 17, 2021, has already enjoyed 506,933 views on YouTube.
Ghanaian singer and songwriter Jackie officially released the visuals for Wine of her Seed EP. The stunning visuals, which were shot on location in Accra, Ghana, illuminate a reggae-infused pop vibe. Referred to as the Queen of the Gold Coast, Jackie shot into the international arena when a song Forever stormed its way across the continent of Africa and beyond, entering the US Billboard Trailer chart at number 4. A collaboration was sparked after a conversation on social media of the track with Nigerian Omar Lay, and to date, the remix is one of the most played songs on the airwaves in Nigeria this year and has achieved over 21 million accumulative streams and counting, cementing her as one of Ghana's hottest new exports. The last 6 months has seen the young international business student of the Kwame Nkrumah University grace the covers of some of the biggest and most high-profile music playlists across Africa. She has also received critical acclamations from fans and media alike. Announced recently as the inaugural artist to launch Spotify's Equal playlist, she was the only Ghanaian representation at the televised MTV Africa Day concert last month, where Grammy Award-winning artist Angelique Kudjo introduced her on stage. Pundits in the music are excited by her talent.
So much support for Jackie, and I'm happy for it. Now let's move on to some international entertainment story. MEGHAN Markle's children's book, The Bench, has set a new record, becoming bestseller within 1 week of its release. The book originated as a poem for Prince Harry and expanded into a fully fledged picture book.
The book originated as a poem for Prince Harry and expanded into a fully fledged picture book. The book, since its publication, has topped the New York Times list of children's picture books. As Insider previously reported, the picture book is about a father and son bond as seen through a mother's eye. The book started as a Father's Day poem for Prince Harry, but turned into a book filled with moments of love and shared experiences between a diverse group of fathers and sons. According to Archewell, the organization the Duke and Duchess of Sussex founded in 2020 and named after their first child, Archie. Markle's book quickly earned its spot as #1 on the New York Times list of best-selling children's picture books. In celebration, a letter was published on Archewell's website thanking readers for their support.
That's it for entertainment news on NewsBeat. My name is Harriet Teddy, but we're going for a quick commercial break. Up next is international news.
You're in our brave new world now. It's about owning your story, who you truly are. You don't have to change who you are. There's always a way to get what you want.
Look at the guys. Finding me, I'll find you. I met a woman. I want to be with her for the rest of my life.
I can explain.
That you're out with your father.
Young lady, this is completely inappropriate.
We hope you'll treat our house as your home.
Cinema Time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. only on Metro TV.
Back. We now take a look at the international front. And on the international front, Ethiopians are voting in key elections amid rising tensions and bloody conflict in the northern Tigray region. The pandemic delayed poll in Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's first electoral test since coming to power in 2018. He hopes to secure a popular mandate by winning a majority of the federal parliament's 547 seats, but the vote has been postponed in Tigray, where the army has been fighting a regional force since November. Voting has also been delayed in some other parts of the country because of security concerns and logistical problems. Overall, elections will not be taking place for now in about a fifth of constituencies. The general election, the first since 2015, was originally slated for August 2020, but was rescheduled because of coronavirus. Under the initial election timetable, preliminary results from constituencies are to be announced within 5 days of the election, while final certified results are to be announced within 23 days. That's it for the issue. Before we go, a quick look of our top stories. Opposition National Democratic Congress describes Dominic Ayini's referral to the General Legal Council over alleged prejudicial comments about the election petition as an attempt by the Chief Justice to suppress opposing views. We also took you to the Lighthouse, where founder of Lighthouse Chapel International, Bishop Dakiwad Mills, apologizes to the Ashanti Kingdom after a critical sermon about the Asantehene Otumfuo Saitutu II resurfaced on social media. Ghana Hajj Board, in consultation with the Ghana Hajj Agent Association, cancels 2021 pilgrimage to the Holy Kingdom of Saudi Arabia due to COVID-19 restrictions. And in business, Kenneth Jesu was here as Ghana Investment Promotion Center targets $3 billion in foreign direct investment, FDI, for the country in 2021. And on the international front, Ethiopians vote in key elections amid rising tensions and a bloody conflict in the northern Tigray region. So don't forget that at exactly 2 p.m. here on Metro TV, Good Afternoon Ghana will be on your screens, and we are looking at fuel prices up again. What's accounting for the recurring price hike, and how do we stem it? Guest on the show this afternoon are Edward Bauer, member of Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament, Duncan Amwa, Executive Secretary of COPEC, Fritz Moses, Research Analyst, IES, Elvis Morris Donko, Vice Chairperson Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament, and Ibrahim Abbas Moro, Industrial Relations Officer of GPRT. All here on Good Afternoon Ghana with Francisca Kakra-Forsen at exactly 2 p.m. And that's it for the news. I am Bryce and Akwesi. Thanks for watching. Have a good afternoon.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Ghana is a beautiful country. There